Hey, this is Mike again, and in this tutorial I'm going to talk about menus, how to create your menu, how to edit your menu, and how to get it on your page. So, we're on the page where I just left you. This is the welcome page, and we've got the sidebar that I removed from the page and then re-added to the page with these two widgets on it. And to go to the menus, I'm going to click on the name of my site again at the top. And on the sidebar on the left, we'll see Appearance. So we've talked about themes, we've talked about widgets, and now we're going to go to Menus. So now here's the menu page where I'm going to create my menus. So I'm going to create a menu, we'll call it Top Menu, so that I know what it is. And I'll say Create Menu. Now remember, not all themes are going to allow you to have a customized menu the way that our StudioPress child themes are going to allow you to do. That's another reason why I love the StudioPress themes so much. So anyway, once I create that top menu, it's going to ask me my theme locations. So my primary navigation menu, I'm going to pull down and choose that as the top menu that I just created. Now there are a bunch of different things that I can do on the menu. I can create a custom link. So this can be a link to anywhere. So let's say I wanted a link to Google, and I can add that to the menu. Now it can also be any of my pages. So let's say I wanted a link to my sample page and my welcome page. I can add those to the menu, and you'll notice they've been added. And it can also be some categories. So remember that category of tutorials that I created. I can add that to the menu as well. Now, the menu is pretty flexible. So if I wanted to move things around, I can move this Google. I'm just grabbing and dragging, and I can move that Google link down to the bottom. And that's just a grab and drag. I can also move things in a hierarchical structure. So let's say I wanted this tutorials link to be a sub-menu item of the welcome page. I just drag it to the side, and it becomes a sub-menu. And you can see the way that it looks. And you can have as many sub-menu items as you'd like. So you can also edit these. So let's say I didn't want this to say sample page as the link. If I pull down on the sample page, here's the navigation label. So I can call this whatever I want, link 1. Or I can also remove it if I didn't want it there anymore. I don't know why it's not taking. Maybe I have to hit enter. Okay. So hitting enter will make those changes obvious to you. And now let's say I didn't want that to say tutorials. Let's say I wanted it to be capital tutorials, or let's say I wanted it to say WordPress tutorials. And I can enter. So there we go. And if I save that menu, it's going to appear when I look at the site. So now remember what we did. We created a menu over here. And if we wanted to add another menu, I could do that as well. So I'll click on the plus, and I'll say secondary menu. And I'll create that menu. Oh, I said menu. And then I can choose that as the secondary navigation menu. Secondary menu. Right. So now I can do whatever I want on that secondary menu. I can add a link to William and Mary and add that. So this is the custom links area. I can also add a link to the welcome page if I want. If I wanted another link to the welcome page. And I can save that menu as well. So now I've got two menus, but I don't know where they're going to appear. So let's take a look and see what happened to my page. So if I click back on WordPress tutorials, so we see I've got that secondary menu is going to be down here, William and Mary, welcome. Those are the two that I added. And my primary menu is going to be up on top. So there's that link one that I chose. Here's that welcome that I chose. And now underneath that is a drop-down menu for the WordPress tutorials. And I can go back to my menu. And let's say I didn't like having that secondary menu. I can go ahead and choose nothing for a secondary menu. And then when I go back to look at it, that secondary menu is gone. Or let's say I didn't like the menu up on top and I wanted it down below. So instead of having because this theme, let's say you prefer the menu that's between the header and the text. So we could choose no primary menu, and we can choose that top menu as the secondary menu, and save. And it's all an aesthetic thing and how you think it's going to be most easy to navigate. So now if you notice, there's no menu at the top for your users, and then we have this nice menu down below. So there you go. There's the link to Google. Everything works. And that is